make ourselves. Because it goes without saying that we should have the freedom to express ourselves without threat of retaliation or services being withheld. Anything short of that is a violation. Vandalism is a violation. So to answer your question, yes, I feel violated. It's why after this interview, we will be reviewing surveillance footage, and yes, we will be pressing charges.
We got carrots, we got big ass chilies, and guess what? Snoop Doggy Dogg. Hey, it's your boy Darrell in the house. Hey, it's your boy Darrell. Come over here.
Really
Yo,
enjoyed
it's your boy
Family
Darrell,
Time.
and I'm back with you with this
I
show,
love
Gangsta Blood.
the
Yeah,
subjects
that's right.
that it was tackling. I love this like strong Black woman as the lead. And we also really like her husband. He's very likable. He has a great personality. You can tell he's just trying his best. And so that plot twist, and I really want to commend that actor too, you know, especially the moment where we see him like walking along the sidewalk with the baby, and he sees his restaurant, and then he sees the office, and we think, like, he just took us on a journey of emotion just with his face, where you could see the sadness and disappointment about the restaurant, and then he sees, you know, his wife up on the posters in front of her office, and he's proud, and he's like, yeah, but then he's like, no, screw you, kind of thing, and it was really masterfully done. I really, really enjoyed this. And I liked having the kids' perspective in this too. I thought it was great. I wish it was longer I hope that there's a part 2 or an extended version, because I just would love to see the journey that this main character goes
I really
on.
liked how we were introduced to the characters in Family Time, seeing it from the wife/mother's perspective, and then from the husband's perspective/father, and kind of seeing both of them presented or introduced to us through their interests or their calling or mission in life, and how the conflict of being in a family and the gender dynamic and how that kind of impacted the characters, and even the fact that it was a second marriage and how that got incorporated into the story. I thought it was really cool, and I liked the surprise ending and where it went and what it suggested. I loved how it really explored the impact of gender expectations on career and families and kind of like the wider scope, and I thought it was really cool.
I loved the little layers of humor and personal connection throughout the piece. The Kanye pooping rap, hilarious. I loved the daughter and the son's dynamics. Seeing the husband's video blog and the Snoop Dogg. All of these details added so many layers of relatability and authenticity. So it helped us draw into this family and take a deep dive into their complexities and really care for them and want them to prevail and to stay together. I just thought it was a really interesting piece about what our expectations of a mother is, and how everybody seems to hinge on needing something from her. So she ultimately has the guilt in pursuing her own needs and her own dreams. You see everybody's relying on the mom to be seen and to help facilitate their dreams and goals, and the dynamics that come from expectations not being met and potentially unrealistic expectations of one another. So yeah, a great commentary on what's important and what drives us and what pulls us, and that anger that seethes underneath the surface when those expectations aren't met. So really interesting commentary, and I think a great one for all mothers to see in this day and age, especially mothers that are working and can't give 110% of themselves solely to their
I
family.
thought it was really interesting. I thought it posed some really good like thought provoking questions, and I really like the characters. I really like the concept, the idea of like a black woman running for governor, running like and like having to deal with all of the things that she has to deal with, like that are not even that aren't even completely from the opposition. Like that's just she has to deal with her husband and her daughter and all of this stuff. That's even just on like that's not even stuff that the opposition created for her. So like you add on top of that, like it really shows the struggle really well. So I really like that aspect, and I was rooting for her. And that final scene, I want to shout out the actress in that final scene when she's crying. Excellent, excellent. Um, Overall, really good job.
I really enjoyed this one. I did feel like ending was a bit open ended, which was more concrete to a solution to this film. But overall, I really felt enjoyable. It's all about a family in the middle of the pandemic, all in the same house, but extremely isolated from each other. Um, and their intentions and their goals are just like worlds apart from what each other wants. The workaholic wife that everyone said that is trying to pursue this really high profile political career. You have the two older children, one of them who got social media famous by posting this really inappropriate audio online. You have the husband who is a failed restaurant owner who restaurant failed during the pandemic and trying to get back on his feet. Well, not back on his feet, he's fine, but trying to get his restaurant business back up and running. And and you also have this like newborn baby who's just like, do you want baby? Do and just crying all the time. And what I really appreciate about this film is how strong everyone's each of the characters' personalities was, and how at certain points it felt like their goals and motivations were directly at odds with each other. And overall, I really think this is an excellent short film, and I encourage you to watch
I
it.
thought this was really just an expertly directed, shot, written, and performed piece. Just is really smartly done. Builds up really nice. It's a great surprise there. Real twisting of the knife. It's just sharp and really, really keeps you interested. Great pacing, great editing. It really is just a fantastic job all around and makes it just a really interesting piece. I could definitely see expanding this out into a series. It's that smart. It's that good. Definitely worth checking out. Family
So
time.
I feel like with everything that's been going on the past 2 years with the pandemic, lockdown, we've definitely all been in a very rough period in time, and I feel like family time definitely helps encapsulate that feeling with the story between a dysfunctional family trying their best to be functional. I appreciate that every character isn't perfect because we all have our flaws. We all have our own goals and aspirations, and sometimes jealousy or even just the difficulty to maintain those family values can become an issue in our day-to-day lives. And I feel like Family Time did a very good job of encapsulating that struggle. I also found the approach very unique, how they integrated technology into the film, how there are a lot of new avenues to make money in this day and age. And all in all, I think it encapsulated the current struggle a lot of us have to deal with.